else. I don't have another computer or anything, so I'm going all off of everything I've retained in the last 3 days.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. 863 Sports Buzz with your host, Donnie Mac and Marshentime, bringing you back another episode of PITA, where Donnie Mac is always a pain in the ass. So we're bringing it back in. Donnie Mac, how you feeling over there, buddy?
Oh, I'm ready to do some disco right now, son. I'm ready to get this
You
launched.
ready to
There
do
is
some?
a
I
lot
like it. I like it.
sport right now. We're talking NBA, we're talking MLB, and
Yes,
nonetheless, we're going to
sir.
lead off with the NFL, and we're going to talk about a couple of matchups that are not very enticing, but they are enticing.
They are. They are.
Time enticing.
They're enticing on paper. I don't know if they're going to be enticing to watch, but they're kind of, I want to see who wins, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I can go with enticing.
All right. I'm trying to get set up over here, make sure we're
Yeah,
good
yeah.
and
Get your set,
live
get your
on
set up, man.
sure everything's good for myself, for you, for our
Yeah, make sure you
fans.
can see everything. Make Donnie Mac's a little slow, guys. So you got to, he's up there in age, so you got to give him time. He's not as technologically advanced as most people.
Hey, listen there, young buck. I need you to calm down right now. I've only got you by a couple of years, so listen. If you
Oh,
can
a couple of
remember,
years. Whoa, now.
listen, listen.
Whoa, now.
If you can
Well,
remember
that
the
more than a couple,
72
buddy.
Dolphins, listen. If you can remember and you know about the 72 Dolphins, you're old enough to do this podcast with Donnie Mac. Okay.
Hey, man, we'll go with that. We'll go with that.
So, Martian,
Hey, man. So, what you want to start
right
off
now,
with
brother.
football? What do we want to do?
I,
Hey, man, we got to talk about something real fast. We're talking football.
oh, you
We're
you
talking
gonna do
about.
that to me? Do
I
that to me,
I don't know
bro.
what you're talking about. I'm not doing anything to you right yet. Yet. But we
Okay.
got to bring in the Falcons Jags game over in I don't remember where it was at. I think it was in England or something today, right?
England, London, something like that.
Yeah.
Somewhere
They're
over there
playing
in
it
the
on
east.
Disney Plus, man. Come on, we got to talk about this. They're bringing in
They're
Toy
play.
Story characters. This game is being played in Andy's room. We got to talk about it. It's kind of cool. I'm kind of
We
excited
have
to
to.
watch this Sunday morning.
We have to. You remember the 9:30 London games and everything.
Yeah,
Is the
nobody ever
Toy
usually gets up
Story,
to watch it.
Pixar, Disney. That is going to be
Yeah, I'm
awesome. I don't
excited,
care
man. I want to
what you
watch it. I want to
say.
watch it.
I don't. Yeah, man. Toy Story was a part of my upbringing. Woody, Buzz, the whole 9 yards. This is going to be cool. It's different. That's why it's cool. And we love Toy Story. We love Disney. I love Disney. I don't know about you, but I love Disney. To me, this is going to be awesome. What do you
Of
think
course,
about
man.
it?
I love, Toy Story.
Wait,
I want to see
how
how
do
they
you
do it.
imagine that?
I want to see how they do it.
Exactly.
I'm imagining like little guys running around with little footballs, just like the toy soldiers kind of thing. But they suited them up as football players. I want to see this. I'm kind of excited. I'm ready to see it,
It's going to
man.
be different.
Hey, and that's one of our
Be
games that we're going
different.
to pick out. So it's going to be an interesting. That's going to be a good game too. So
So one thing leading up to this NFLC, I got to drop a bomb on you real quick. As a
oh,
Miami
here we
Dolphins
go.
fan,
Here
you
we
are a
go. You're
Miami
throwing this at
Dolphins.
me.
Hey, you're a Miami Dolphins fan, and to me, this is the most solidified team in the NFL. And you kind of expected that our preseason predictions, but I want to know at this point, going up against the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo, how this game's going to go. What do you feel?
How do I
You like
feel? I
Josh
feel
Allen.
excited. I do. Josh Allen is a good quarterback.
You like this
I mean,
guy.
I'm putting him in the top 5 in the quarterbacks right now. Um, but I think Tua healthy, with the offensive line healthy, and the way the offensive line has been looking, I think they can block and keep him on, up on his feet. And I think that's a huge thing. I mean, I hope that we can move the ball good. I hope, and the only good thing for Miami is Buffalo's running game is not the greatest. So Miami's going to get the ball. And that's what they need. That offense is
That's
potent, and I'm excited. And I just hope it's not really crazy windy so they can throw the ball and air it out and do their thing. That's what I'm ready for.
To me, that's the biggest game on the slate, Marshentime. I don't
Yeah, I don't
care
think there's a game even
how you
close.
skin it. Buffalo, Miami is the biggest game on the slate this week. And I will tell you this now. I will tell you this. I'm Buffalo and Miami, the last 4 times or 3 times Buffalo and Miami met, this has been decided between 7 points and less.
Yeah,
But
I
I
mean, even all
in
last
week
season.
15, exactly. In week 15 last year, they didn't have Tua.
No,
The Dolphins did not have Tua, and they still kept it within reach. I believe that is the separation factor right there. That is the need on the field. That is the guy you need to make those
listen,
shots that we've been seeing in the first half.
they lost in the playoffs 34-31 without Tua.
Yeah,
In the playoffs in
in the
Buffalo,
playoffs, and
I mean, I feel like they can do it. I mean, they've beaten Josh Allen. They know how to beat him. Are they going to put up points? Yeah, Buffalo's going to put up points. Miami just has to put up more, and Miami has the team around to do it. And I'm excited. I'm
and
hoping that
Jalen
it's going to
Waddle
be,
is expected to be
you know,
back.
Waddle will be back. Yeah, Waddle will be back.
He'll
Jalen
be
Phillips,
back.
though, is not looking too good about that still, but I'm
No,
excited
but
for
they're
him to
talking.
come back. I'm hoping he's coming back.
You're talking about a big division rival matchup in these days, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because Buffalo has been running this division since 2020, okay? And I
Yeah,
will
the
say
last couple
this:
years.
you Dolphins blew out. They put up a 70 burger, and I'm going to use 70 burger
Yes.
because every NFL analyst is using that. We have not. They
Mm.
had a chance to set the record in NFL
With like
points,
8 minutes
okay?
to
And
go.
with 8 minutes to go. You know what? That's how classy Mike McDaniels is. And I'm not riding that Dolphins train. You know what I mean? Because I called this to begin with. Okay.
You
This is
did.
what
You
I'm
picked him in the
saying.
preseason, man.
That
Hey, I'll give you
this is
credit for it.
a lot of people were shocked with that. And I believe I showed you a stat. And two has done what this is not on the offensive line because nobody's getting close. Like I said last cast, when these defenses start against Miami Dolphins, they're on their heels, coming after
They
that
have to be.
quarterback. They're on their heels because you got the fastest 5 players on that team right there,
Mm-hmm.
including the rookie Achan. Okay. Wow. I think you can guess who my pick is going to be on this game. Although I will say this, the last time Buffalo met Miami in that playoff game, they didn't have, and that was 2 quarters that
That
they
is
had,
true.
2 corners that they had. I will say that. Okay. Other than that, Marshentime, this is going to be an epic
Dude,
division battle,
I'm
dude.
excited.
Epic.
Like I'm telling you, man, I'm gonna have me some nice little stuff right there ready to go. I'm gonna have me a drink. I'm gonna have me, my popcorn, my stuff, and I'm gonna keep it way away from me because I'm gonna be jumping up and down no matter what's gonna happen. You know what I mean?
So,
I'm
are
ready.
you
I'm
taking
ready. I'm
Miami on
excited.
this? We might as well go ahead and jump to that list right
Oh
now. Are you taking
man!
Miami
All
on
right.
this?
Listen, man, that's the biggest game of the week. We gotta save that for last. I feel like. I feel like we gotta save it for last. I have to. We have to. I feel like we skip
So
that. We
we're
go on
gonna
to one of the other games.
let's lead off with Thursday. There is a
Let's
lot
do it.
Thursday night game, right? We
Yeah,
got
yeah.
Detroit. If you remember
Detroit,
last
Green Bay.
year, Detroit, they had nothing to play for and they
That is
out of the
true.
playoffs. Do you believe factor what's going on right now in this week? I mean, somebody's got to be thinking about that, right?
Key thing. One key thing. I think that is Amon Ra St. Brown on our fantasy team and Green Bay's defense. Green Bay doesn't have that quarterback that can stop him, I feel like.
They got back though.
I'm sorry. Not going to stop him, man.
They're healthy. They're coming in healthy. They're in. Is that not going to
Detroit wins
work?
this game. Detroit wins this game. I'm telling
Ooh.
you, man.
Oh my
By
God. What is it
by
going to be?
6.
By 6.
2
Wow.
field goals.
That's a big
I'm telling you,
call. That's
man.
a big
Detroit
call.
wins this game.
I believe in Jordan Love and what he's been doing. He's getting Chris Jones
Ooh,
back.
okay,
He's getting
okay.
Williams back as a receiver to stretch that field. Listen, we picked up this week that plays for
We
this team
did.
right here.
We did. And he's
He
starting tonight,
he is
so,
the
we got
he
two
is
starting
the
players tonight.
fastest. He is the fastest tight end in the league. I don't care who you say, what you say, or how you skin it. That is going to be the separation issue if they get it going. Now it's a
Wow.
big
Okay.
if.
Okay.
That's a big if. Now Jordan Love has showed his poise. He's basically a rookie this year, and he's got to learn a lot of new things. Even though he's been on the bench for 3 years, he's basically a rookie this year. He's got to learn a lot of new things. If he learns that tight end is the fastest in the NFL, which I think he already knows, they're going to use that seam and they're going to work the middle of the field. Not only the middle of the field, this tight end slot receiver. He can definitely of the field and work the line. I'm taking Green Bay by 3.
You're taking Green Bay in I can't argue with it with Green Bay in Green Bay. But you're telling me, so we both talked about this in the preseason, how Jared Goff was going to have this great year, how Jahmyr Gibbs is going to have he's going to have a breakout rookie season,
and they might have their number one running back too.
They may. I didn't actually see what they actually said on him, but
he's taking still them questionable.
Over
but
our picks, who are going to supposed to go pretty deep in the playoffs in Detroit. You're picking Green Bay with a Jordan Love as quarterback. And I don't know if Aaron Jones is playing. I think Aaron Jones is still hurt.
Aaron Jones is coming back this.
Okay.
He's coming back.
You're still taking Green Bay.
They was solidified. I was sole reason right here. And it may not be the right reason because last week I called Buccaneers to beat the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah,
that did
work.
not
and Washington
happen.
to beat Buffalo.
And Washington to beat Buffalo. You know what, Marshentime? You called me out on that, and you said you are crazy. I might be crazy in this game too, but this is what I'm thinking about. In the number one game leading off on Thursday night, Kansas City playing Detroit, everybody and his brother saw that throw that Jared Goff missed down the seam to Almon St. Brown. I think that's what's going to happen in this game. I really don't think he's seeing everything he should be seeing, and I think Green Bay wins this at home.
Okay. I respect it, man. I respect it. All right, we're going to move on to what I call, I'm going to be honest, oh, man, the Broncos and Bears.
The Broncos and Bears.
What do you call this game? Like, this is just like this. I don't even know what to call this game.
You call this a coin flip. This should have been the Disney Pixar game right here.
Yeah, it would have at least made it exciting. Yeah, they would have made it exciting at least, Then they have actually wanted to watch it.
Hey, Marshentime, I want you to take the lead on here because I'm curious about what you're thinking, dude. Because I want to pull out a quarter and just flip this coin,
what I was
bro.
Thinking. I'm going to be honest. Denver, after coming off, they got hung for 70 points against them. 70 points. That's the first time anybody's ever done that since 1966.
That's kind of crazy.
Their defense is in shambles, and you've seen in the locker room if you watch some of the interviews after the game. They're hurt, man. They're destroyed. Their whole mentality is gone. And
yeah,
I don't
that
know.
was bad.
Sean Payton is a great coach. I don't know if he can come back from that. I really don't. And I think their mentality is going to be so down in the dumps. I think Chicago gets their first win. I think Justin Fields is going to put on a little bit of a show. I think they're going to go back. They haven't been running him like they were last year. I think they're going to give him the ball, let him make some runs, and that's what's going to be the difference in the game. I think Russell Wilson's still going to make a couple of mistakes against Chicago's defense, and I think that's what the big deal is. But Justin Fields, the guy can run the ball. Give him the ball, let him make people miss. I mean, he's not the greatest thrower, but let him do his thing with his legs. That's what I think is going to be the big game changer.
I totally agree with you on that, Marshentime, and we don't agree on a lot of things.
No, we don't. Okay? We don't agree on almost anything.
Respect one another's opinions, but I agree with you on that one right there. I think pretty much in Denver after last week, what they did to him, Sean Payton talking that stuff about the ex-head coach. I'm pretty sure they dug themselves a hole. They're down in the dumps. On the other hand, you're talking about Chicago. I mean, the quarterback, Justin Fields, coming out talking about maybe, and then not backing it up and going out there and just. I do agree with you. I think that team is a little bit more talented on the offensive side of the ball. Defense, they're pretty sound. They're a defense, especially with their young secondary. I agree with you, Jordan, or not Jordan Love, Justin Fields. He's going to take control of this game, and he'll be the difference in this game. Chicago's going to pull this out at home. They really are. Sean Payton will be on the news again.
Wow, we're both going with Chicago.
We are both going with Chicago.
863 Sports Buzz picks Chicago over Denver in the worst game of the season. Let's be honest.
In the worst game of the season.
Moving on. We got
the worst.
Detroit. We got Broncos. Let's go to the other corner, and we're going to go with the Bucks versus New Orleans. Another division game. Who you got, Donnie Mac? You know, you had the Bucks making this huge upset last week against the Philadelphia Eagles. They kind of let you down. Don't know if Derek Carr's going to play, though, so that may be a big thing for New Orleans. Who you got in this one?
You know, Derek Carr being questionable for New Orleans is a factor. The biggest factor. Of course, they still got their number one safety out for a couple more games. That didn't prove a whole lot last week, and we saw that. They still come to. They lost in the game after Derek Carr left again by double digits, and then they lost the game after Derek Carr left. That's a big deal to me. The Bucks, on the other hand, I believe Philadelphia showed how to beat them. You control the line of scrimmage. You
take Mike Evans
receiver, and you take Mike Evans in the running game out of the ordeal. What else do you have? You got Baker Mayfield to make mistakes. That's it, right?
And that's what he did. He made.
I'm with you on New Orleans. I'm down with it. Game if it's Jameis Winston or Derek Carr, that to take away that offense, they win 19-18. I'm going with New Orleans.
19-18. You're going with a close game. I like it, man.
I'm going with a close matchup, man.
Listen, you talked about it. You think they made this, thing? Mike Evans is a great receiver, but you keep forgetting about their number 2 receiver.
Godwin.
Chris Godwin has not really shown up this year. I think this is the week that he's going to show up, man. I'm going to be honest. I think the Bucks pull this out without Derek Carr, but if Derek Carr does play, New Orleans wins this game.
That's You're indecisive.
If Derek Carr plays, New Orleans wins. If Derek Carr doesn't, the Bucks. That's my whole key to the game. So
I'm kind of on that bridge too, Marshentime. To be honest with you, that's why I say it's a close one. I believe Derek Carr, being the competitor he is, it's a division matchup. They're gonna pressure him. He's gonna pressure himself. He's gonna play this game. I don't well managed game on his part. That's why I called it a close game. They don't go over 20 points apiece. They don't.
I can see that with the defense. Yeah, I can see those with the defenses. But hey, let's move on, man. We're going on to the next one. We handled all the corners. Now we're going to go with a kind of a surprise game to me, where you picked out that you wanted to talk about. So you wanted to talk about this game. I'm going to let you throw it out there. Houston versus Pittsburgh. Who are you going
Houston
with? Man?
Houston against Pittsburgh, and I'm doing this for one sole reason, and that's one of our watchers. That's Perry Daniel. Perry, this is for you. Okay, my partner agreed to bring this in, not only because of you idea about this, but Pittsburgh matchup is very enticing. Houston went into Jacksonville and pummeled Jacksonville, which is supposed to be this is a Jacksonville team, the same roster with Calvin Ridley added to it, that gave Kansas City all they wanted in the wild card round, right?
Yeah.
They're going in the division round. I do apologize on that, but has got a quarterback that does not make any mistakes. He's got 900 yards passing. He's got 900 yards passing. He is from the Ohio State University. I want to point that out. He's got no interceptions. Kenny Pickett, on the other hand, for the Pittsburgh Steelers, he's made a few mistakes. Now, Pittsburgh has come out. They've come out with a few injury reports today. Mike Tomlin is, to me, like he puts everybody on the injury report. You cannot buy into that, okay? One factor in this game, not CJ Stroud, not Kenny Pickett, but it's that defense and offensive line. I do not think Houston has got the offensive line to stop that defensive line of Pittsburgh, okay? TJ Watt is that dude. He's that dude.
No, he is.
Maybe 4 different. CJ Stroud throws his first 2 interceptions in this game.
Really?
Pittsburgh wins this by 6.
Wow. Listen, man,
Yeah.
you were talking this up, and I started looking at this stuff. I started looking in, and I'm like, Houston actually, the way they put up points against Jacksonville, kind of shocked me. They were moving the ball, and CJ Stroud has really done his job as a quarterback. He makes the first downs. He makes the plays when he's needed, even pressured. Houston's offensive line is not that good, but it hasn't bothered him at all.
He moves.
I show a lot of poise, and I enjoy it, man. I mean, I kind of agree with you on there's one huge thing that Houston doesn't have, and that's a guy named TJ Watt. They had his brother a long time ago, but I'm going to be honest. I see him being better than his brother. TJ Watt leads this defense. I think you're right. I don't think they get 2 interceptions. I think they get 1 pick and a fumble, and Pittsburgh ends up winning this game, I think, by about 10.
For the defensive sake. That defense is that good, and nobody knows it.
Oh, 100%, 100%. All right. We talked about it. We know what we're going to do. We've already talked about it a little bit. We got to go with our picks here. The Bills versus the Dolphins, the biggest game of the week. And I am going to go. Oh, I want to do it so badly, but I got to do it. The Miami Dolphins are going to win this game by 3 points on a last-second field goal. Tua's going to drive them down. It's going to be a tie game. Tua's going to drive them down. They're going to score that field goal and win the game. It's going to be like a 47-yard field goal.
I agree with you on the win for Miami Dolphins. What I don't agree with you is that last-second drive. Okay, I'm not a Josh Allen fan. I think you know that. I've pointed out that he leads the league in turnovers for a quarter the last 3 years. Get Miami's Dolphins is that prolific. They'll put him on pressure just like the Jets did. Okay, they put a little bit of points and he went down the field. When he goes down the field against the Miami Dolphins, he's going to pay for it. He's going to throw 2 interceptions. The Dolphins win this by 7 or double digits.
Wow, you're talking huge win. Wow.
I'm talking huge. This is a statement. Okay. Listen, this is a statement for Tua.
You're talking about Miami coming out and saying, "Hey, we're the best team in the AFC."
That's it.
Prove it. I like it, man.
In 2020, when Tua was playing the Denver Broncos, we didn't have this conversation because this matchup they had to bring in Ryan Fitzpatrick. They benched Tua in the third quarter for Ryan Fitzpatrick. Okay, there's a defensive line. I believe his name is Chubb. He goes by the name of Chubb that used to play for the Denver Broncos. Okay, he got asked in an interview, "What do you think about Tua?" He goes, "If you ask me in 2020, I'm not worried about him. You ask me in 23, he goes, I'm definitely worried about him, and I'm glad this guy is on my team." That is how different this quarterback is from his rookie year to 2023. That is a big deal. When you got an all-pro linebacker, Bradley Chubb, saying that, not because he's on the same team, because he was on a different team, the opposite team. They just put a 70 burger on a week ago. I'm just saying, this guy is the real deal. He is the real deal.
Hey, man, I agree with you. Hey, we talked NFL. We got to talk some recent sports news, buddy. We got to talk about it. You see my Miami Heat poster back here. I'm a little bit disappointed. What happened? You know what happened. D. Lilly, man.
Listen, Damian Lillard and
going to the Bucks.
about NBA.
What?
You being a Miami
No,
fan,
no.
listen, Jimmy Butler was upset and he wants
Oh, he's hot.
Milwaukee
He's hot.
investigating tampering about that. Marshentime, you're a
Listen,
Miami
man. I
fan. How the
mean,
hell do you about this, dude?
listen, man. Miami still got a good team, and I think that's kind of a huge thing. Heat culture is built different. You know, Tyler Hero. He's staying on the team. I mean, we still have him. Caleb Martin, dude, came out last year. I think all of them healthy. It's gonna be still a deadly team that you got to mess with. And people don't realize it that Tyler Hero, Caleb Martin, Bam, Jimmy, they didn't really get to play a lot together because they were always one was injured, and they never got to play together a lot. That team's scary still. But Heat culture, the development of the younger players has always been their key, and I think that's going to continue happening. And people don't realize it. I don't think we needed Dealey. I would have liked him, of course. I would love to have him. I would still welcome him, with my open arms. But the winner of this trade is the Bucks. The loser of this trade, though, I feel is Drew Holiday. I feel bad for Drew Holiday right now.
I don't.
Like, they traded him and he's not doing nothing.
I don't. Let me put my input in here real quick.
All right, go ahead.
I've been in this trade for the last couple of days. I've been trying to keep calm about it. I've got some wild predictions, right, Marshentime? I've got some wild predictions, and this is one that's probably gonna, but it's gonna make sense. Okay, Tyler Hero is from Milwaukee, right?
Yeah.
When Dame Lillard announced his trade, Tyler Hero went ballistic on YouTube. Went ballistic. Mm-hmm. He goes, "Look, being a kid from Milwaukee, I'm the first one that's going to get his jersey." That's it. Now, when you say something like that, being from Miami, you're a cultural team. When you say something like that, you don't want to be there. You do not want to be there, okay?
That's true.
Listen, trade deadline's not over. Drew Holiday, Giannis, they're both on 1-year deals. Drew Holiday's up after this year. He's got a player option, so is Giannis. Damian Lillard's on a 3-year contract. Giannis makes the only sense to stay there.
2 years and a player contract, right?
A player option, right? But he's stuck. That's he's stuck. Traded, but he's stuck. But Drew Holiday is not. Tyler Hero is not. That could still be a trade. Drew Holiday is one of the most prolific beast mode defensive guards in the league.
I agree.
Marshentime. That could very much happen.
Are you saying Drew Holiday's coming to Miami?
If he goes to Miami, and I believe 5% shot, he's going to go with Tyler Hero in the mix going back. Okay, if he goes to Miami, the South has got.
But Drew Holiday got traded to the Blazers, man.
I'm telling you, man, he's not locked in. He's still got that one option. If he's not Blazers with Dame Lillard, a guy like that coming saying that you couldn't give me what I want, attention. Not only that, let me leave this factor out here. This is the biggest factor. Okay. There's a guy that is 36 years old. He's at the end of his career that wants out of Philadelphia. I believe Miami can make that happen. Him going down to Miami, that could be a whirlwind there, dude. That if you bring the beer down there with Drew Holiday, that could be some of the biggest stuff that ever happened. Yeah, I might be reaching. Might be calling a long shot out here,
a little bit,
but
you know what I mean?
This is not out of the realm of possibility. Guys, we just saw what happened with Damian Lillard and everybody else with Phoenix, Lillard. I mean, this is crazy, dude. What's going on? But first of all, the number one team in the league in the East, you called that yesterday or today. The Milwaukee Bucks already having the best team, being knocked out by Miami in the first round.
Yes,
they have a little bit of chip on their shoulder. So Drew Holiday could elect to stay on board and run that championship round and try and make it there. But being the first team, the Cavs being the first team, number one team, best record, it doesn't mean nothing. until you go
Yeah,
to that
but Drew
playoff.
Holiday's he's stuck with the Blazers for this year.
Only for this
We got
year, but if the Blazers trade him, it doesn't mean anything.
what
Tyler
are they going to
Hero
trade him
could be
back to
enough.
Milwaukee? Trade him to Miami? What are they going to trade him for? I think
Well,
Miami's going
Tyler
to be pissed.
Hero
I don't see Miami
Hero
trading
could
the
go to
Blazers for anything.
Milwaukee and go to Miami. I mean, Miami's not done. That's all I'm saying. Miami's not done. They got a bad deal on that. Jimmy Butler is the catalyst behind that. The winner of this trade, number one, is Milwaukee.
Of course, getting Day Lily is
Milwaukee's,
huge. You know.
you get not only that, you got two Giannis. I mean, Lily's sewed in for 3 years, right?
Yep.
For the player option. Giannis sees what happens in the first year. Depending on what they do, he could sign on for a
Yeah, he
record
could.
contract. That is the MVP of the NBA. I mean, that's the dude. 1 year, if
Listen,
he sticks there, a lot of things could happen. Yeah, you know that.
of course. You know, now we talked NBA. We got to talk one other thing, man.
Oh,
you know
you
what's
want to
coming.
move on? You want to move on?
Yeah, we got. You know, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. We got to talk
Okay.
about it though. You know, it's kind of entertaining. We're talking about baseball right now. You know, these little banners right up here. Miami Marlins, Chicago Cubs in this wild card race. What do you think about it, man? It's kind of crazy. They're exactly tied. 3 games to go. Right now, the Chicago Cubs are losing 5-1 to the Atlanta Braves.
Yeah.
Miami Marlins are tied 0-0 still.
What was
Just
that?
saying, man, it's going
Ronald.
to be kind of interesting. What do you feel about it?
Yeah. This could be interesting. And again, Ronald Acuna hit that 40-70 mark. He got a 70 stolen base last night. I think everybody, he is my MVP. He's going to be MVP. He's going
he's
to
not.
be
Yeah, it's
the
not even a
AL.
question.
The 40-70 is not something we've talked about. 50-70 is not something we didn't talk about. None of this until Ronald Acuna come on. In hindsight, when I'm looking back at this, coming forward, Chicago Cubs, Acuna's hit his record. Do I run, standing out there as my ace? Do they shut this down for integrity for the playoffs? You hinted on something else. You don't want to mess up that. You do not want to mess up a baseball rhythm. You don't want to do that.
We talked about this.
Down that rhythm. That's what happened to Atlanta last year. Now, when they lost to Philly, they slowed down that rhythm.
They
they don't
took
make
them out, and that's what happened. I feel like.
You know what? That's exactly what happened, and you hit that nail on the head when you said that. I don't think Atlanta does that, and if Atlanta does do that, Chicago wins. Atlanta doesn't do that. These last 2 games I'm talking about that they got to play, if they do that and they want to stay on board, Chicago's got no shot. That could possibly squeeze.
They're up 5. I mean, Atlanta's up 5-1 right now, so it's kind of big.
That's what I'm saying.
Miami's still 0-0, so.
Well, Miami went 11-2. Then they come back 4-3 against the Mets. They've split in their doubleheader yesterday. Now they're up.
That was kind of crazy.
That was kind of crazy. Now Arizona playing the White Sox.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You were upset about that, but
I am, dude. This means nothing to the Major League Baseball. I hope you see this podcast. Guys. Oh my God. I want to blow fire at you. That's it. I want to blow fire and nothing but fire. Okay? Because you have a National League team trying to make the playoffs and you're playing 2 non-notable American League teams. The White is bashing them, dude.
I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, I agree.
Major League Baseball needs to reaccount their end of the year. There's no reason why American League should be playing National League in the middle of race. Get to the playoffs. And Arizona's proven it. Look at the White Sox. They're getting pummeled by Arizona for the last.
No, I mean, that's true.
I don't understand that. And for that, if Miami doesn't, and Miami in that second game yesterday were horrible. They were freaking horrible. And oh my God, when you're a foot outside of the zone,
they're
I'm
going to
I'm sorry,
strikes. Yeah,
dude.
I mean,
You do
I
not
agree.
deserve a job in a major league baseball as a head umpire. I'm sorry. I mean, if
No,
we
I
have to
agree.
bring AI into this factor,
You might as
do
well bring
this
in little league
because
head coaches. You know what I mean?
that was BS number one. And those two factors right there, you don't have a end of the season that is in the system, first of all, and number two, your scheduling. I think they're going to screw Miami in this, and Arizona's going to get that wild
Wow.
card bid. That's how I feel
Well, so
about that.
well, I mean, Arizona will make it, but who's going to make it between Chicago and Miami? You got to choose, man.
I
One team. Well, who's going to win? Who's going to make it?
rightfully, I don't
Who's
know
going to
what's going
make
to
it?
happen with
You got to choose, man. Come on.
Atlanta.
Who you feel's going to
What
win? Who you
what
feeling?
Atlanta does, I don't think Atlanta runs their top aces out there. I really don't. Don't. There's do Chicago on that reason is going to get the upper hand over that last card bid.
Wow. So you're choosing. So you're choosing Chicago. I'm choosing Miami. I'm saying it right now. As long as they have the same record, Miami has the tiebreaker, man. It's only 3 games. Three
They
games.
do.
That's it. If Miami wins tonight, that's all they need. I'm telling you. Miami gets into the playoffs. You know they're gonna play that wild card game. It's gonna be fun, exciting. Miami gets in. I'm excited for it.
I hope they
Miami
do.
fan, man, it feels good. It feels good
Listen,
to be
you
Miami
see that?
fans again.
You see that hat right there, right?
Of
You see
course,
that
of
hat? You
course.
see that right there? I'm bidding for those Miami Marlins. I really am. That you know what? That's the last team I got hope for. My Cincinnati Reds, hey, they're out of the
They
picture.
were
Don't
they were
even worry
close
about
though.
that.
They were close.
They were close, but what makes me sad NL division is St. Louis has got 69 wins. I love you guys. Hey, suck up the bottom of that basement, guys. Let's go Miami Marlins. I hope I'm wrong, but the Cubs are shaping up
Mm.
to be, in an easy route.
Listen, man. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Anything else you want to throw at me before we end this and send it
I
off, man?
do.
Come
I
back
do.
Sunday.
I
All
do.
right,
I
what
want
you
to
got?
throw one more thing at
What you got? What you got?
Messi. We got to throw some
Oh,
soccer in here real
Messi.
quick. Lionel
All right,
Lionel
all
Messi,
right.
he's going for his second trophy, okay? But cartilage hemorrhage and everything else. Does he play for that trophy? He is old guy, man. Brady at the end of his
Listen,
career, does he go in and play and get that other trophy in the next 6 months? I
Lionel
mean,
Messi is the greatest of all time, no matter what he does. I
he's a
mean,
competitor.
it's shown he's a competitor. He came to Inter Miami for one reason: to show up, to show out, to prove that he's the goat, to make MLS better, and he's going to do that
Yep.
because you know why? He's going to play that game. They're going to win the trophy. End the story. That's how it's going to end. I'm telling you right now.
I
There's
like that
nothing
call.
about it.
And I follow that right there. He's a winner.
Exactly.
He's going to play, and they're
He's
going
gonna
to
get that
get that
trophy.
next trophy.
He's
He's
gonna
going to
lift that
get that.
trophy.
Number two, while he's in Miami within 6 months, he's going to get
100%.
it.
Hey, anything else you want to throw at me now? I know you probably got something else you want to throw at me. Anything else? Are you good?
There's probably one, maybe two more things I want to throw at you. We got to talk football, man. We got to talk real quick college football. Your outlook on this weekend, not only this weekend, but tell me how you think about the conferences. Who is the number one power
Oh
conference
man.
in college football to you as a Florida State ACC fan? Okay, you got the SEC always talking shit in your background, but are they the best conference? Who is the best conference in college football? Who do you
You had to
expect
throw
to
that
be in
at me,
that
huh?
college
You
football?
had
Yeah,
to throw
I
that at
want
me,
to.
huh?
I got to. I have
Listen,
to.
I don't respect the SEC because the SEC is not what it should be and not what it is, not what it used to be. I think it's a lot of talk from the SEC, but it's not there anymore. I'm sorry, they're not. The ACC and the Pac-12 are definitely coming up, and they're coming strong. They're ready to roll, man. I'm telling you. I think it's going to be exciting to see, but I still think the SEC is going to end up getting 2 teams in the playoffs just because they're the SEC, and I don't approve of it. But that's how it works, man. I mean, until they expand the playoffs, I think we're going to be stuck with it, and I'm excited, ready for them to change the playoff.
That's a very good call, Marshentime. That's a very good call. Even though you got 15 out of the 25 teams in the Pac-12 conference right now, and the top 25, okay, in the top 25, and I'm putting that out to SEC or ACC teams in there. I believe you're right until that playoff takes over. The committee, for some reason, is going to put an SEC team in there just to get embarrassed by a Pac-12 team in the playoffs.
Hey, man, I just want to point out, our fantasy team, Amon has already scored a touchdown. 14-0, Detroit. Amon St. Brown's got us a touchdown. Looking good.
I am so glad to hear that. I'm so glad to hear that. I hope I'm totally wrong in this game. Amon St. Brown goes off for 200 yards. I really hope so.
14-0, so, I mean, it's not looking too good for you, buddy. But, hey, you got anything else, or are we signing off, bud?
I think we're signing off, Marshentime. Yeah, we'll be back Sunday, guys. Catch us then.
Catch us Sunday, guys. Donnie Mac, sign us out, buddy.
Hey, that's your boy Marshentime. I'm Donnie Mac. Every week on Thursday for at least 30 minutes or a little bit more, we'll be talking the same crap, giving you up-to-date NFL, MLB, basketball, and college football. Again, 863 Sports Buzz podcast every Thursday.